Here we go. Yep, here we go. All right, I am, here is Dewayne Perkins, and I'm Jerry Nunn. This is another one interview, and you look amazing today.
Thank you, thank you.
So, I'm so excited to talk about the film, but a little bit just to start off with you.
Yeah.
So, you were born in Chicago?
Yes, I was at USC.
Okay. And so you grew up here in, okay.
I grew up on the south side. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, how do you identify?
As he, him, and gay.
Very good. Me too. Very good.
Nice.
We got that in common. I'm from the South though, so you know, it's a different world. But so, and did you always want to be in comedy or performing? And
No, when I was younger, I wanted to be a paleontologist. And then I said, oh, that's what they do? JK. And then I wanted to do math and science in high school. I thought I was going to be a mathematician. And then I found improv my junior year of high school. And then I started doing sketch. And then the director of the improv and sketch also did the musicals. And she was like, come do musicals. And I said, oh yeah, this is what I want to do, entertainment. So then that's kind of how I got into entertainment. And then I went to school for acting at DePaul University.
very good.
Yes, and then I got cut because they said I was difficult to work with.
No, I don't mean that.
I was. And then that's when I started writing.
Okay.
I like danced for like a long time, and then I started writing, and that's when I got deeper into comedy.
Okay, wow, you're like a quadruple threat.
Yeah, so many skills.
What's your favorite musical? Since you brought musicals.
Ooh, well, I just saw the Michael Jackson musical the last time I was in New York, and it was one of the most exhilarating shows I've ever seen.
Okay.
It was fantastic. So that's my #1 right now.
Okay, it's coming to Chicago.
I'm not gonna be here. I'll be here.
We have to come back. Do you get to visit friends and family when you're here? Or?
Yeah, my parents still live here, and my sisters live in the suburb like not too long away.
Okay. So this film, The Blackening, did it come out of improv? I heard that it kind of grew.
Yes, it started as a stage sketch,
Okay.
and then it was filmed for Comedy Central, and it became a sketch for online. And then that's when it went viral. And then Tracy Oliver, who wrote Girls Trip, she saw it. And then she called me and said, we should make this into a movie.
Very good. Okay. So talk about kind of like the behind the scenes. Was there any jokes that you thought went too far or anything like that?
No, I think jokes didn't go far enough.
No, I didn't go far enough. Okay.
No, I think that there's a lot of jokes in the movie.
There are.
And so I think that we just tried to do as much as we could. I think being conscious of kind of the systems in which we were navigating, we assumed that we would not, that at some point somebody would be like, okay, pull it back, this is a little too black. Nobody did. And so we were like, yes, like and so it feels very authentic to what we aimed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like there's anything that I'm like, oh, I wish I would have did this. I'm just like, I'm very happy with what it is.
Yeah. You make a good point about there's a lot of jokes. I mean, it's hard to get them all in with the audience.
Yeah. It is when you're going to have to watch multiple times
Yeah.
to get it all.
Uh-huh.
It premiered at TIFF. It was uproarious in a way that I was like, oh, y'all have to shut up because y'all not hearing my favorite jokes.
Sure.
But there is just so much to always come back to. And that was something intentional because we did want to watch a film that people watch over and over. And it becomes, a little cult classic.
Yes, and I wanted to share it with my friends and invite them, and there was that feeling of it. It was like a kind of even like a. I think when people laugh in the theater like that too, there's like a group kind of experience.
Yes, and that was the goal. We didn't want it to just be a movie. We wanted it to be an experience that you remember and want to relive with your friends. I do think this movie works best, not singularly. It is a community. Like the movie is about a community trying to survive. So I do think it works best being absorbed by a community of people.
Yes, I love that. So how is your character with the same name different?
Well, for one, he's stalked by a psycho killer, and I am not. I think that his character is a little bit more emotionally forward, where he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and you can tell in the film, there's certain parts where the friend group knows, like, oh, he's the dramatic one. In real life, I'm not. I'm a lot more chill than I think people would anticipate. Even during this process, people are like, why are you not as excited? I'm like, I'm crying inside. I'm just chilling a little bit.
Yeah.
Where he's very much more, he's the extreme or outward facing part of myself.
Got it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, because I expect you to be a little different in person, but hey, you're playing a character.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Was there a superhero? Were you a superhero fan, or what was and the telepathy stuff? I wanted to just like hit on that.
I just think that I believe Tim added that, and I loved it because it's, first of all, it's silly. That suddenly these people are reading each other's minds, but I think it visually shows this thing that I think is innate with black people, just like knowing something with a look, like knowing, and I think it puts a visual to that phenomenon to be like, oh no, we see each other, we are talking, there's a communication happening, and we don't have to necessarily speak to know what we're thinking, and I think that just added a comedic element to that.
Very good. The Missy Elliott, the rain, was played a few times. What was that inspiration, or why?
I just think we like the song.
It made me think, is this woman gonna ever come out of the closet? Because I've never heard of her. That's all I kept thinking about.
It was not a reference to that. I don't know her business.
Nobody does, apparently. Let's see, the cast is just spectacular. Was it just a blast making it, and was the cast party a blast?
It was fantastic. I've seen the movie so many times, and it never gets old because I'm so grateful to have so many beautiful memories associated with filming.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it and like reliving filming it and be like, oh, I remember during this scene, like how close we were. Oh, I remember doing this scene, like, oh, that's when we really became close. And seeing the chemistry so blatant on screen and knowing that it came from a genuine, authentic place. Like, we've had a group chat for 2 years and it's still very active. Like, I like know like their families, like I play with their kids. Like, it really created really substantial relationships that I didn't know was going to happen. And so like that love on screen is very real, and I'm very grateful that that was the dynamic.
Yeah, that's what real friendships all about. So I was an extra on that TV show Empire that was filmed here, and Grace Byers was.
Yes,
she kidding. Yes, she was so beautiful. I just remember how beautiful she was. It was just so great to see her in the film.
Yeah,
getting her
I love Grace.
Yeah.
And this part, I'm very excited for people to see Grace in this film, because I do think that people's perception of her, often I think a lot of people's perception of people that play characters are the characters that they play, and often people feel stuck within those confines that people created. And so being able to show her being funny, Grace is so funny, and I don't think most people think of Grace, and they do think Empire, they don't think, oh, she's hilarious, like she's really good at what she does, and I'm very excited for people to see her outside of kind of the ways in which they have. She's fantastic in the movie.
I think it was just so important with all the representation too in the film. What did you want to accomplish overall with the film? What would you like to see happen, or what people get out of it?
I just really hope people have a good time, and that they kind of just accept what we're giving. Like we don't have some like big agenda. Like, we're trying to teach you something. Like, if you learn something, great. If not, great. Like, we just want to make an entertaining movie that people watch over and over and have a good time. Sure, is there intentionality behind the choices that we made? Absolutely. Are there things that we want, that we are saying with what we're doing? Yes. But that is not the goal. That is just a consequence of good art. That's what art should do. And what you take from it is what you take from it. But what I want you to take is fun, entertainment. Because we're showing, like, there's so much that we didn't have to say because we were able to show it. We don't have to talk about how different black people are because you see a bunch of black people being different. And that's the whole point of kind of showcasing like that. Just watch it and take what you take from it.
And for me, what I took from it, it was just important to see gay representation. I really appreciated that. I know sometimes it's not easy to do. It's not always easy to be out about that, but it was so important. And just like there's all different types, and I'm getting a chance to think about it. But I really did. It really meant a lot to me. It means a lot. And I think it means a lot to a lot of people that can't come out.
Thank you. That is a part I'm very, personally happy about, that I was able to, because I was talking to an interviewer earlier, and I was like, I challenge people to find, how many movies or TV shows are do you know that have black queer leads? That's just not, and as a person who have been searching it out, there's not enough. So being able to add to that lexicon in any way is a privilege. I hope people really embrace Dewayne.
I did. I love him. Let's see. There was. What's your favorite board game ever? Do you have a favorite board game?
I really like the game of life.
Okay.
Because it kind of reminds me of what could happen, and puts me in that mindset of oh, life could be so different if you just made different choices. And having a game be this how many kids you got, this how much money you make, and kind of be all right, that's fun. Also, you could be gay in that game.
Oh,
I liked it.
I never played it like that.
Yeah, you could be girl, because there was blue pieces and pink pieces.
Right.
And I said, get this pink piece away from me. Get it.
Oh yeah, you could
put the piece.
Well, I was playing it all wrong all the time.
I needed to find representation wherever I could, and that's the game of life.
Good for you.
Give me that husband.
Yes, and let's put drag into the Clue movie. And you're doing animated Clue series, is that? Okay.
Yes, that's being developed at Fox. Well, it's not coming out right now because we strike it.